Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I am down at my parents' this weekend, and so I thought this video could be a reading diary. So every time I pick up a book this weekend, I'm going to pick up my camera and tell you my thoughts on it. So the book that I'm currently reading is If Cats Disappeared from the World. It's a Japanese novel and it's absolutely absurd but so good. It's about a man who finds out he's going to die, and so the devil comes to him and says, every day if you get rid of something, so something like the telephone, that kind of thing, then you'll get an extra day on this earth. And so every time the man gets rid of something, it takes him back to something within his life, that like reflections of his life. It is so good, but it's absolutely absurd. There's a bit where the devil's wearing a Hawaiian t-shirt, there's a bit with a talking cat. It's so weird, but it feels so real. Like, I can't explain it. I am nearly finished it and I'm just flying through it. I absolutely love it so far. So when I finished it, I'll give you my thoughts on it. It is now much later from when I last saw you. I'm out and about filming. I went to go and see my grandma, and it's really sad because she has Alzheimer's. I can't even talk about it. It's just so sad. Since the day I was born, like, she's been a big part of my life. So to see her not even recognise me is really devastating. She lives with my granddad, so it was nice to see him as well. But I went home and I just felt so like down. I just needed to get out the house and clear my head. So I picked up a book. This is Jane Bond, Spy on Ice. I'm never going to read this, so I'm going to take this to a free library and try and swap it for a book that I will read. I have chosen a book. I've chosen this book. This is The Big Red Train Ride. It is a travel book, and it's about this author in 1977 went from Moscow to the Pacific, and I think it would just be good escapism. I definitely need escapism. I feel like really emotional about my grandma, so I'm gonna go on a bit of a walk and film some lovely things and look at some nice things and just kind of appreciate life. It is now much later and I'm back at my parents' house. I finished this book and absolutely adored it, and now I'm going to start a Nick Hornby. I've never read any Nick Hornby, and this is Juliet Naked. I am going to go and be sociable and read in the front room, as sociable as reading with others really is. This is a confusing storyline. It's about a woman who's with a man, and the man is obsessed with a rock star, and then when she breaks up with the man, she befriends the rock star but doesn't mean to. It's like an online forum kind of thing. I think it'll be interesting. It got turned into a film, and when I hauled this book, everyone was like, love the film. So I'm gonna go into the front room and read this. Look who's back! Hello, baby. Missed you. Oh, you're having a read? I always put like a book near her open so it looks like she's reading. I think I'm hilarious, but she's like, get away from me. Got a lovely fire going here, lovely and warm, so I can give this a read. I know Nick Hornby also did About a Boy, which is one of my favourite films of all time, so I have very high expectations for this book. I'm just over 200 pages of Juliet Naked by Nick Hornby. Let me just say, I can't tell whether Nick Hornby hates women or he just hates all the female characters he's written in this book. Oh, the main character Annie is a waif of a character. She doesn't even know who she is. And then we've got this rock star guy who's the most hateful character within it. And then there's other men, and there's Anne's boyfriend who she breaks up with. Who cares? And oh, don't, this book's awful, guys. Really bad. Like, it's all dialogue. I can tell how this got turned into a film, and I think it'd make a good film, but this is like reading a movie film script. And do you know how we get character development of the rock star? Do you think maybe we flash back into his past and we find out about him? No, we get his Wikipedia page. I'm not even joking. There's a bit in it where it's his Wikipedia page and we just have to read his Wikipedia. Oh, don't. This book is so, like, everyone's underdeveloped, all the characters. You don't know any of their motives. You don't know anything really about them. And then they tell you things directly. There's no flashing back into the past. There's no trip down memory lane. Don't worry, we just read it on Wikipedia. The women in it are just awful. All the women are like mad. And there's one where he's saying about one of them, I don't know, she's like demented or something. Even the character, like Nick Hornby, knows he's writing all the women terribly, because a rock star's got loads of different exes because he's had children with loads of different women. All those women are unlikable. Annie herself, the main character, she's quite unlikable because she doesn't know what she's doing with her life. The whole thing is a mess. As a film, it could work. But do you know what? This is supposed to be a novel. I'm going to have to stop reading it. It's irritating me. I will finish it one day. But for now, not enjoying it. So I'm going to read a Worst Witch book. Revert back to childlike me. This is The Worst Witch to the Rescue by Jill Murphy. Did you know there's a new Worst Witch book coming out in October of this year? I'm not even joking. The publisher told me. What? So I'm excited for that. But I want to finish the series obviously before the new book comes out. So I'm going to read this. It's about a troubled witch and she can never really get things right, and they're all just fun and they've got lovely illustrations and they're gorgeous. And shall I tell you, there's character development, which is something Nick bloody Hornby has not heard about. To put us back on a cheery note, here is Lola, immersed in a blanket with a harp cushion behind her. She has become one with the blanket. She's like, "Mother, stop talking, I'm trying to sleep." Look how snuggly and cosy. Here is an idea of what the illustrations are like. Jill Murphy wrote the Worst Witch books and also illustrated them. And just gorgeous, like fine detail sketches. I absolutely love the illustrations in this. Let me just say, Chris Riddell who? Good morning everyone, happy Sunday. Last night I finished off this book and it was so lovely. The Worst Witch to the Rescue. It's just lovely, it's cozy, it's cute. I love all the characters. I haven't finished off this one yet. Juliet naked. I mean, the less said about that the better. So I think what I'm going to finish off this morning is I'm going to finish off another Worst Witch book. This is the one, if I read this I'll be caught up with the series, I think. So I'm going to read this to kind of wake myself up, and then I will finish the Nick Hornby book, because even if I'm not enjoying a book I have to finish it. So no, it's just dreadful. Like, and now that I've slept on it, it's still as bad as it was before, if not worse, because I'm thinking about things within the book that I was reading and just thought, it's just absolutely nonsense. I'm also gonna have one of these, which is a nugget whip. So I'm gonna finish that Worst Witch series. Just come to a garden centre to look at all the indoor plants. There is rows upon rows. Plants, different colours. Nice. Oh, they're cute. These little ones. Little ones. Oh, that's pretty. This little plant one. I'm in the car with Dom, he's there driving. We're driving back to Bristol now. I got some lovely plants from the garden centre, some gorgeous indoor plants. So we've been on the road for about an hour and I finished this absolute waste of pages. And Juliet Naked. What a terrible book. Like, honestly, I feel like I've wasted my time. I feel angry about that book. So I'm now going to read this one. This is A Box of Matches by Nicholson Baker, and I don't know what this is about. I got it from a charity shop yesterday. It's a short one, and it's about, so far, a man wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every day, and he has a very normal life, but he's just waking himself up really early to kind of be around the house. It's really nicely written, so I'm going to read a bit more of this. Hello everyone, it is now Monday, so I'm going to do a quick wrap up of everything I read this weekend, but obviously in my February book reviews video I'll do my full in-depth thoughts. So let's start with this. Juliet Naked. Expect a rant on this book. Didn't enjoy it. If Cats Disappeared from the World, really charming and lovely. That book's just fallen on the floor. The Worst Witch to the Rescue, really enjoyed. The Worst Witch and the Wishing Star, really enjoyed the characters, really lovely. And then I've nearly finished this one, which is A Box of Matches by Nicholson Baker. And it starts and the man opens a box of matches and he's getting up early in the morning. So that's why on the front it's got a box of matches, and then at the end just one left. And every morning it starts, good morning, it's 4 a.m, he's getting up early, and he's just telling you about his life. He's a middle-aged man, and it's nice. It's very mundane, nothing really happens, but I like the style of writing of it. I haven't finished it yet though. So there are all the books that I have read so far this weekend, but in February I've read so many books. I've been a reading beast. So my February wrap-up video is going to be very long. If you like this reading vlog, then let me know, and I'll see you again soon for another video.